Good evening. Welcome to yet again another exciting episode on InstaGist TV. Today on News Nigeria, we'll be talking about the new twist as TUC tackles NLC over planned strike protest details emerged. In Abuja, in a new twist, the Trade Union Congress TUC had backed out of the planned 2 days nationwide protest and strike declared by the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC. The planned demonstration was to protest the economic downturn in Nigeria. TUC's Vice President, Tommy Etim, told The Punch in a report published on Thursday, February 22nd, that the decision to protest on February 27th and 28th, as announced by the NLC, was not taken collectively by both unions. Confirming the TUC's latest position, Etim said, in quote, "We cannot join the protest because the decision was not taken collectively. It is very clear that by virtue of the letter, there is no way we can join the protest." Similarly, Nuhu Toro, the Secretary General of the TUC, in the letter, faulted the process adopted by the NLC in picking the dates for the protest. The TUC complained that this was the third time NLC President Joey Ajaero would be taking a unilateral decision. The TUC's letter partly reads, "We wish to state that such unilateral actions are contrary to the principles of our shared understanding and collaboration. We kindly urge you to consider your approach and to engage in meaningful consultation with all parties moving forward, as we will always do the same when the table turns." Okay, we also want to bring to your notice that the organized labor starts strike in Niger State. The organized labor in Niger State embarked on an indefinite strike. The labor union shut down government offices and hospitals. The workers were protesting the alleged violation of civil service laws following the state government's appointment of politicians as executive directors into government parastatals in the state. Still on the same news, NLC has told DSS that they are not going back on the nationwide protest. Abuja, in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) on Wednesday, February 21st, took a swipe at the Department of State Services (DSS) over its warning that the union should shelve its proposed protest, which will be held on February 27th and 28th, respectively. The secret police had earlier cancelled the NLC and its counterpart from Trade Union Congress (TUC) to rescind their decision, saying the plea was in the interest of peace across the country. DSS urged organized labor to pursue dialogue and negotiation rather than protest, which might heighten tension in the country. But reacting to the DSS warning, the president of NLC, Joey Ajaero, said the secret police should not blackmail the organized labor and arrest those that want to use the opportunity of the protest to foment crisis and, by extension, widespread violence as claimed. Ajaero said history would not forgive the labor movement and its leadership if it sits sidely and allows the current hardship to continue, festering due to nonchalant attitude of the Nigerian government and its officials. The labor leader, who described the forthcoming action as peaceful protest against unpardonable cost of living, added that the union would not fold its arms while Nigerians continue to live in penury. Ajaero has this to say: "We are equally worried that although the service is aware that some elements are planning to use the opportunity of protest to foment crisis and by extension, widespread violence, and yet have not executed the arrest of these elements. Having said this, we would not have ourselves blackmailed or lied against by the service. Our protest is a peaceful one against the unpardonable cost of living of which the unserviced personnel of the service are also victims. We cannot fold our hands and pretend all is well. That will be a grievous conspiracy that history will not forgive. Earlier NLC declares nationwide protests that the workers under the umbrella of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC declared today national mass protest, which will be held on February 27th and 28th. And the union president, Joey Ajaero, disclosed this at the Labour House in Abuja on Friday, February 16th, at a press conference organized by the union. The protest was to press home the demands of Nigerians over the current hardship being experienced in the country. Okay, so there you have it, guys. You've heard about this saga, this nationwide protest, and I tell you, Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are really, really crying, honestly, and that's the essence of this protest. You have heard from the chairman himself. He said the protest is going to be a peaceful one, and it's not a yardstick for violence or any form of domestic violence. But on the other hand, TUC has decided to back out of the strike based on the fact that the NLC didn't actually follow due execution. That this is not the first, this is not the third time, the second time, neither is it the third time that are actually fixing a date and leaving TUC behind. So we just pray that they both come to synergy and come to terms, and let's see how the country and the nation is going to go. Okay, we don't feel like going at this point, but we have to go. Don't forget, this is InstaGist TV, your number one home of entertainment, sports, politics, and the rest. Please do not forget to subscribe. Leave a comment for us in the comment section. I will definitely know what to bring you next. Until then, bye bye.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature.